Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. It is not a clickbait title, it is for real, and I'll show you how I did this. So it all started during the Cricket World Cup final. After the match video on YouTube had 3 million views, but the reaction videos over 30 million. People don't just want to watch the game, they want to watch other people watching the game. So I thought, what if you could do that live? What if you could stream your reactions live when the event is happening? So after 5 days of research and countless sessions with the ChatGPT, I decided this is worth the shot. That's where the Fanflood was born. Then I gave myself an important constraint: build it for free. No cloud credits, no paid APIs, no iOS, nothing. Just a working web app, $0. It was not easy because I'm not a developer, but then it was a fun journey. Guess what? 2 weeks later, almost 3 weeks later, I had it. But not because the tools were easy, because I learned exactly where they break. This video is not a success story. It is a disaster report of how I went through the entire journey and made this app work for free. So here is the core of Fanflood. A creator streams their reactions live, a dedicated reaction streaming app. I know you can do it via Facebook and YouTube. They're not dedicatedly meant for streaming, and hence I found that there is a potential opportunity to create a dedicated streaming app. It all sounds simple on paper, but here is a problem. I'm a tech leader, and the last time I deployed a code was back when IBM Lotus Notes was still a product. So my options were very limited. In fact, my only option was vibe coding it. The problem with the vibe coding applications are that they're designed to make you pay. Tools like Lovable, Replit, Bolt, Cloud Code, they all have free tiers, and that look very generous until you start using them and they run out really, really fast. None of them are good at building end-to-end app. Like for example, Lovable does a great job at building UI, but the moment you need to integrate a video or run server-side apps, the tool starts crumbling. Also, you get 5 credits a day, and 2 prompts, the credits are gone. Cloud Code is straight away money. So I came up with a little complex solution. And remember, since I had to build it for free, it was never going to be easy. So I decided to use the Google Firebase Studio for vibe coding. I mean, they gave end-to-end database, authentication, pretty much everything. So that was a good starting point. So that took care of my server-side database and hosting and authentication and all of that. And I decided to use VideoSDK for my streaming solution. Why? Because Gemini told me that VideoSDK works for me. Well, as it turned out, it did not work. We'll get to know about it as we move along into the video. The Firebase Studio is a great tool, but I don't think it's there yet. The front end that it had built was very basic, but then since I was building an MVP, I didn't really care much about it, and I went ahead and started vibe coding with the basic UI. After vibe coding for almost a week with Firebase Google AI Studio, I realized how terrible the platform is. It kept breaking the tool more than fixing it. It was a frustrating experience. I also found that the video SDK suggested by the tool wasn't the right tool, as it can't stream from a browser. And I was not building an app. And it took days for Firebase to debug the problem. The DB syncs were off. The authentication was probably the only thing that was working effectively. I just couldn't trust the tool or the code. Hallucinations were so common that I kept on fixing the code by myself at quite a few situations. So after a week or so, I just gave up on Google AI Studio and started looking for what more can I do, what are other options. So I needed a better coding support and a functioning video streaming solution. I tested cloud, not the cloud code, but the cloud, and it really resonated a lot with me. The video solution was a big hurdle. Everything I looked at was costing money. After a lot of research, I found that the AWS IVS interactive video solution is kind of a great use case for me. And the free tier from AWS was very generous as well. So I jumped onto AWS IVS for my video solution. Good, so the video streaming solution was solved. Now I had to find a solution for my coding development. I came up with a very crazy plan. Build the UI in Lovable, port the code into GitHub, port the code into VS Code, and then take help from Cloud AI for coding help, coding development. Since I could not buy the Cloud Code subscription, Cloud AI could give me codes that I could just copy paste from the console, the chat console, to the VS Code. It was not a convincing solution, to be honest, but somehow it did feel like I can make it to work. I deleted everything. I built the UI in Lovable, synced the code to the GitHub, imported the code to VS Code, and then I got started. I also moved my authentication and database from Firebase to Supabase, and I think that was really a very smart move. Supabase is a really robust application. For hosting, it was on Netlify. All of this looked very good. I was much more confident and started building the app. Things started shaping. I think the Lovable did a fantastic job. The UI came out really good. The cloud limitations were a major hurdle. Every now and then I kept getting a message that you've reached a limit. I had to wait for 4 hours or 5 hours before I could drop another message. Wherever possible, I leveraged Gemini AI for some of the troubleshooting, which I could have done outside of Claude AI, and followed it only if it made sense. Things were looking good and the app was coming up pretty well. Right then, I faced Netlify issue. It was terrible. I was not aware of this. See, the Netlify free tier gives you roughly 300 credits per month. It is enough for hosting my app, but Netlify charges for deployments as well. Each time you push a change, Netlify rebuilds the entire app, and that costs like 15 to 20 credits per deploy. I burned through my 300 credits in 5 days just fixing the initial deployment, and that was just not enough. After the 12th deployment or so, Netlify locked me out of the tool unless I paid, and I was not going to make any payment. I needed a free alternate. That's when I moved to Cloudflare Pages. Completely free, unlimited deploys, and it supports the static exports that I was trying to build for my web. That's when I decided to move to Cloudflare Pages, and that was such a fantastic decision. It's much better platform. I think deployments are a lot more smoother and easier. My app is currently hosted at zero cost and absolutely functioning. The app does what it's designed to do. You go to Fanflood.pages.dev and the app opens up. I know I can host it at fanflood.com, but my goal is to make an Android app. It has a simple interface. You can open and see the list of streams right now. And on home page, the streams are grouped together into an event. You can watch any stream without login, but if you want to stream, you need to log into the tool. People logging in can use Google Authenticator, which is straightforward, and you can start creating your own stream. You can create a stream while watching one as well. And there are vibes and chat interactions while streaming that you can do with the streamer, and the streamer can save the streamed content and the chat right on their phone. You can also save your chat, like I'd mentioned. The USP of this app, it shows everything in real time. What you see here is what's happening right now. There's no stale, recorded old videos. We don't keep your videos or study user data. We don't need to. We're just creating a live user experience. So here has been my journey of building an absolutely free MVP, and I hope you'd like the entire journey. I hope the people like it too. Thank you so much for all of the love, and thank you for watching this video. If time permit, I'd love to make much more AI content. Thank you so much.